Speaking of easily tricked voters, a Trump voter made a stunning admission outside a vile Trump rally. This is super interesting because it's a reminder that at their core, even the Trump voters realize that the narratives being given to them by the orange one really don't correlate in any serious way with reality. Newsmax outside Trump's Indiana, Pennsylvania rally. That's not a mistake. It's a town called Indiana inside of the state called Pennsylvania. True story. Not a joke. A gentleman, and I use that term loosely, was asked, what's your most important issue? Take a listen to what he says and listen to the follow-up.
So what's the most important issue for you as a Pennsylvania voter?
The illegal immigration into this country.
How is it hurting you and folks you know?
It's not. It's just the principle of the fact that everybody comes in here and gets free stuff and taking stuff away from hardworking Americans, and we got to put America first again.
Absolutely. We've heard that all around the country. Thank you very much.
Did you see that little slip of the hand that happened there? What's the most important issue? Well, illegal immigration. Oh, and how is it hurting you? It's not. It's just the principle of it. A principle which, when we examine it, is based on false beliefs, distortions, and straight up disinformation. Well, it's a perceived threat. Okay, fine. It doesn't apply to me, but it must apply to someone else. They are taking jobs, not mine, someone else's. Except in all the cases where we say, actually, they're not really taking jobs. And the presence of immigrants, including undocumented immigrants, is economically stimulative. I wonder if this guy would actually be reachable with some of the facts. I mean, if we sat this guy down, who at least has the wherewithal and the honesty to admit, it's actually not affecting me in any way. Undocumented immigrants aren't affecting me in any way. It's a principle, but I'm not harmed in any way by undocumented immigrants. Undocumented immigrants don't qualify in many cases for public benefits that they contribute to. So it's not just they're not hurting me, they're actually helping you. You have programs that undocumented immigrants pay into, out of which they will never get benefits. They're just bolstering the trust fund or the cash on hand for people like this guy in many cases. Well, it's dangerous because they commit crimes against not me, but other people. Well, immigrants, including undocumented immigrants, are less likely to commit crimes than native-born citizens. So even this Trump superfan who's at the rally, he's mad. Yes, he's really upset about the illegal immigration, but he's admitting it doesn't hurt or impact him or affect him in any way. It's the principle. So maybe this guy's reachable with facts. I don't know. But the big takeaway here is that a lot of what these people say is important, they believe is important only because of what they've been told and have uncritically accepted. And so this is very similar to the sane washing story we did at the top of the show. To a great degree, they are being told what they are supposed to believe. And it's either out of an unquestioning loyalty or of a cult-like sort of scenario, or sometimes out of ignorance, admittedly, or groupthink. There's a bunch of different explanations. But they end up accepting the version of reality that Trump or Trump spokespeople or Kayleigh McGee White or whoever gives them, even though buried deeply somewhere in there is the realization that this gentleman has, which is actually illegal immigration isn't affecting me in any way. Well, all right, once we've established that, let's talk about the principle that makes it your number one concern. And maybe after a few minutes, it won't even be that as you realize what's actually going on. Just a thought, very, very interesting to see. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel as we approach 3 million YouTube subscribers. You know, when I started this channel at age 5, I never imagined we would be on the precipice of 3 million YouTube subscribers, but we are. And you can help get us one closer. And also remember to pre-order my forthcoming nonfiction book, The Echo Machine, now available for pre-order everywhere books, ebooks, and audiobooks are sold. We passed 1,800 pre-orders earlier this week and are now, speaking of on the precipice, we are closing in on 2,000, which will be a great milestone. So grab the book in whatever format is convenient to you. We're going to take a break and then the show will continue. Just weeks left until the presidential election. You can't vapor smoke inside. You're tired of people seeing you put those little pouches in your lip. There is a nicotine alternative that people won't notice. Zippix nicotine toothpicks. Our sponsor Zippix makes the only nicotine toothpick on the planet that is FDA registered. You can use it anywhere, work, restaurants, airplanes, sporting events, after a meal. The toothpicks stay in a convenient little tube that goes in your pocket or on your keychain. It's way more convenient than carrying around a huge can of pouches all day or a whole bunch of gum or whatever the case may be. Zippix nicotine toothpicks come in flavors like peppermint watermelon, sweet wood, cinnamon, whiskey. If you're not a nicotine user, try out their B12 toothpicks with caffeine instead, a quick and easy alternative to coffee. Do your lungs a favor, cut the cigarette smoke, cut the vape juice. Go to zippixtoothpicks.com today. Save 10% with the code PACMAN10 at checkout. Just remember, you must be 21 or older to order. The link is down below.